It has finished Altrincham 1, Forest Green Rovers 1 in front of 2,089 at the J. Davidson Stadium this afternoon. And the Altrincham manager, Phil Parkinson, joins us. Phil, to put it bluntly, Forest Green Rovers have stolen 4 points off us this season.
Couldn't agree more with you there, Brian. Considering the top of the league, for us to be as devastated as we are, to have drawn with a top of the league team just shows what a good outfit we've got, and what a club that we've got to be proud of. Because like you said there, normally when we've come up against Chesterfields, Notts Counties, Wrexhams, we've competed in certain games, but you can see you've got a long way to go to catch them up. I don't think there's anything between the two teams. I think they've absolutely got away with one there. But that's what they do. They're very, very strong defensively. They don't concede many goals and they find a way to get one, and they've managed to do it there. So bitterly disappointing for us, although we've not lost. To have conceded at the death there, just it feels that way. But we shouldn't, because as I said, it's a Forest Green team that everybody was suggesting we're going to win the league this year at a canter. I think they're finding what a tough division it is, and it shows the strength and depth that we've got, that we can sort of take them all the way there, and for me should have won today.
Terrific goal for the Robins after 11 minutes. Alex Newby, who's playing like a man possessed at the moment, both in terms of general play, assists and goal scoring. Magnificent ball to Joe Nuttall, and Joe's done really well there.
Superb. I mean, when you look at the goal they've scored and you look at the goal we've scored, it was well fashioned. It was a great piece of play. It wasn't scrappy. Joe's pulled off the shoulder of his man. It's a delightful ball into his chest. He's used his physicality brilliantly, and he's executed really well.
And in terms of positives, the first half performance, outstanding, and it was a fascinating tactical battle, I thought.
Yeah, you're right. They changed shape a little bit, obviously almost mirroring our shape at times when they've played other shapes with three at the back. But yeah, it gives us something to think about, but we were ready. There was one or two different personnel who we probably weren't expecting, but you know what you're getting with Forest Green. You've got to be absolutely concentrating all the way through, and we've been punished at the end there where I'm saying about concentration, but I think that was just one moment where we've not quite got it right on the press, where we've changed shape. Tyler's gone too far in on the press, and then he's given himself too much to do to stop the cross, where he's been absolutely outstanding all game. And then a cross comes in, and it's a scrappy goal. But you've got to concentrate, you've got to be disciplined on set pieces, because I think that's their first open play goal in about 5 or 6 games, which is crazy for a top of the league team, that they're so heavily reliant on set pieces. And they've got really good players. Forest Green have got some really good players, so I'm surprised that they've had to rely on set pieces as much as they have, but it's a weapon of theirs and they use it very well, so you've got to defend them extremely well. You've got to defend crosses, as we found there, and we initially defended it fairly well. But the other side of it is we believe in ourselves as well, and we've got a front four who can trouble anyone in this division, and we did. And as you said, I felt first half we created some really good opportunities, not loads and loads, because you're not going to against these, the best defensive outfit in the division. But I felt in the second half, Regan's chance that he had, he's probably the best chance of the half, and anybody, you want it to fall to him, you want him on that angle of the shot, and I'm sure he will have felt that it was going in as well. It was the best chance of the half for me, and that's how it goes for you if you don't finish them off. But I didn't think we needed the second goal, to be honest with you. I felt we looked really comfortable. They had shots from distance, and unless somebody absolutely scores a wowzer, then it's going to be a very good shot to beat Ethan Ross. So we were comfortable. We had no reason to go and really press and get after them, and we looked like we were going to be able to see it through. But listen, the compliment I'll give them is they find a way to get over the line, and they've got over the line here when they shouldn't have. So well done to Forest Green for doing that, but well done to Altrincham for showing what a great team and what a super club that we've got here. The support was fantastic, and the other bit I will say is, I know we've had a lot of bad weather. The pitch was so difficult to play on today. Our ground staff work absolute wonders, but that doesn't help our players either, because the way we want to play is very difficult, and that means they deserve even more credit, because I still felt they tried to play on a really difficult surface. but that's because of the weather. The weather's very difficult for us to be able to maintain an outstanding surface for them. But if we got that even better, I think we could have been home and dry in the first half if we were able to link some of our play up a little bit better. The lads have to have 2 or 3 touches when they could have done it in one. But listen, it wasn't to be today, but they've done themselves proud, and I'm just desperately disappointed, as you can probably tell. But I'm so pleased that the fact that we have come away with a point, when we would have probably took that at the start when you're playing top of the league. But when you look at the performance as a whole, everyone who's been to watch that game will know that it's another one that's got away from us, and there's been too many of them this season. But when we're saying too many, it's been against Forest Green, Eastleigh here at the start, where I didn't think we should have lost that game. So we've been superb, but they're our standards. We've set very high standards, and we've just fallen short today on a concentration moment against a team that will exploit that if you do have any form of drop off.
We're making really good progress as the season progresses, and we're going into the business end of the season in really good shape. I don't think there's an absolutely truly outstanding team in the division, but there's probably 8 or 9, 10 very good teams, and at the minute we're as good as anyone.
I think so. I think the gaps close massively. Everyone said it was a weaker division this year. I don't think it is. You're right in terms of the outstanding teams, but I think there's a lot of teams playing at a very high level, and that's why we find ourselves in the position we are, because we're not. I'll be surprised if we're far behind, or if not on exactly the same points, goals. We're definitely ahead on clean sheets and goals against of where we were at this point last season, and at this point we were probably firmly in the playoffs. So it just shows how everybody's improved. The league's a lot stronger, although there isn't that outstanding team as you've alluded to, but that doesn't mean that there's not really, really good teams in this division.
We can forget about the National League for a fortnight now. Braintree at home on the 8th of February is our next assignment, but 2 important cup competitions to deal with. Wolves under-21s on Tuesday night, and that is a competition that we want to progress in.
We certainly do. We want to progress in all competitions. Wolves will come. There'll be a really lively outfit, really well coached. James Collins, I know well from Crewe, associate of Neil's when he used to play there. So we know they'll play great football. My ex-manager's there, Steve Davis, so really very well versed on what Wolves will look like. They'll have excellent players, but that's great for the lads that we've got who need the game time, but they'll be all first teamers, so please come along. It'll be a great game. We'll certainly be taking it very seriously. We've got a lot of lads who'll be crying out for minutes. Justin Amaluza will be on show, so if you want to see where he's up to, come down and have a look at him. And like I said, we've got lads in there who are chomping at the bit. A couple missed out today, and it just shows the depth that we've got and the backing that the board are giving us to allow us to have that depth, because since I've been here, I don't think we've ever had players in the stand. We had 2 in the stand today of real quality, and without that, I don't think we're going to progress in this division much more than what we did last year. We need that strength and depth. We need that little bit of body fat, so to speak, because if we get injuries, which we will, we've got a 7-game month coming up and followed by an 8-game month. The squad's going to be used to its maximum. Everyone's going to have to be on point, and games like Tuesday will be invaluable for us. And
the National League Cup's come in for a lot of criticism, but from Altrincham's perspective, the games have fallen at good times for us in terms of getting players minutes. They
have. It's. I think if we would have had a spate of injuries, I'd probably be standing in front of you saying it's the worst competition in the world, and that's what us managers do, don't we? But I can only tackle what's in front of me, and at the moment, with the squad that we've got, it'll be really good. If we get a load of injuries, then I'll be standing in front of you saying it's the worst competition in the world, but at the moment, it'll be of value to us. And like I said, where did we pluck Charlie Olsen from? I was very aware of him, but just seeing him against us allowed me to think, right, yep, me and Neil can have a chat about it, and what I've seen is what we both can see, and let's get him over the line. And I'm sure there'll be lads at Wolves that will be of interest, and who will want loans at places like Altrincham. So yeah, it will have value for a number of different reasons.
And then it's Eastleigh next Saturday, FA Trophy last 16 stage. We went to Bracknell 2 years ago and had a terrific victory at this stage. Eastleigh, as we know, will be very, very tough opponents, but there's a big prize at the end of it, 3 games away.
There is, absolutely, and we don't seem to get any luck with the draws, do we? But the good thing is we're at home. The other side of it is we know we've got to be at our very best to get anything against Eastleigh, because they're a top team. They've got some outstanding players, and I'm sure they'll be after us after the last game, but it's on us even at the moment, and anybody who's not sure whether they're coming, don't have any doubt in your mind, we need you. Get down here, it'd be so important. Can you be part of that journey to get to Wembley? Can you say you supported the team? Can you get us over the line? It'd be massively important for us to get a full house. These players deserve it. They've been unbeaten at home since God knows when now. Please get down. If you're not going to get down and support us now, you're never going to get down here. So come down, support this team. The lads deserve to play in front of big crowds. The ones who are turning up, absolutely phenomenal. Home and away, the best away support I've ever seen at Altrincham at Eastleigh last time. I don't mean numbers. I mean the way they punched above the weight numbers-wise. It was brilliant. It was inspiring. So please come down, we need you, and Eastleigh will come. They'll expect to beat us because they're a big team in this division, well financed, well resourced, some big players, and we're going to have to be at our very best to beat them.